The most interesting facts about women. There is a huge number of misconceptions and myths about the beautiful half of humanity. They are attributed absolutely incredible habits, actions, and reactions. Of course, every woman is unique, but there is something in common. This article contains interesting facts about gentle and beautiful creatures. Interesting facts about women and their habits. Each person, regardless of gender, from childhood formed habits and patterns of behavior in this or that situation. But there are also common traits of behavior common to almost all representatives of the fair sex. Here are some of them. They do not scratch the back of their head, as they do not like to show others their confusion, plus it spoils their hair. They don't take off their shirt by grabbing it on the back. They often win strands of hair around their finger. They don't leave a cigarette in their mouth or hold it in their teeth. When they yawn, they cover their mouths with the palm of their hand, not with their fist. After bathing, all women wrap a towel around their head in the form of a turban. The reasons for this ritual are still unknown. They are not annoyed by underwear stuck between their buttocks. In addition, many are happy to wear thongs. Girls were never sent to blow up tanks during the war, because when swinging to throw a grenade, they withdraw their hand not to the side but to the back. When shaking hands, women rarely shake hands. If called upon, she turns her head, but men turn their entire body. If asked to show her hands, she extends them palms down. The fair sex has a thoracic type of breathing, while men have an abdominal type. Girls don't like to have their hands free, so they always have their purse with them. Going up or down, women walk sideways, men spread their legs wider. Getting dressed, she puts on a shirt first, and then a skirt or pants. Women wear gloves before going outside. When a woman sits, she often tucks her leg under herself and rests her heel on her crotch. Scary facts about women. Women are the weaker sex. They are weaker than men physically. Here are the scary facts about women that are in some way related to the physical superiority of men. More than 15 million women in the world are HIV infected. Every year about 700,000 women of the weaker sex become victims of the slave trade. About 600 million women live in countries where domestic violence is not a crime. 80% of all refugees are women. 1 out of 4 women experiences violence by her husband. 1 in 6 women experience sexual violence in their lifetime. Facts about women related to the peculiarities of their bodies. Women's bodies are different from men's bodies. Some peculiarities of the beautiful sex many of us have not thought about. For example, the diameter of a woman's hair is 2 times smaller than a man's. The immune system of ladies is stronger. A woman's tongue has more taste buds than a man's. Women's muscles and ligaments are more elastic. Ladies have more pain receptors, but they tolerate pain more easily. Women's sense of smell is sharper. They blink twice as fast. Women's hearing is better than men's. This also applies to babies. Girls begin to recognize their mother's voice earlier. Females see better in the dark and have much better peripheral vision. Women's heart is 20% smaller than men's, but heart disease may not develop twice as long. Ladies' hearing is much better. A woman's brain is 10% lighter than a man's. Women wiggle their hips when walking because their pelvic bones are more widely spaced. Facts about psychology. Here are the most interesting facts about women. About their psychology, logic, and their way of thinking. Ladies are very upset if they look alike. This is due to the fact that everyone subconsciously wants to be better than everyone else. Faced with difficulties, they are looking for an opportunity to speak out. But they do not need advice. When she asks him how I look, she does not think to hear the truth, only a compliment. The sleep of the fair sex is more sensitive than that of men. Ladies are more emotional. They get rid of stress this way. They are very fond of talk and cannot stand silence. They are not good at keeping secrets. They find it harder to resist answering the phone. Only 9% of women find themselves attractive. If you need to gain trust, you need to hug her. The female sex is able to perceive information from several sources at once, plus girls have more inclination to the humanities. Ladies are the best organizers and negotiators. There are interesting facts about women that always make the opposite sex smile. For example, she always plans to leave the house a few minutes early, but she rarely succeeds. She throws her phone in her bag and then frantically tries to find it in it. As she walks past a mirrored or shiny surface, she will always check how she looks. Her purse is full of various things just in case, but that case never comes. She always tidies herself up and brushes her hair before going to bed. She goes to public restrooms with her friend to save time and gossip. She dresses nicely and even applies makeup just to go to the store or take out the trash. They are afraid of bugs, spiders, mice and rats. Interesting facts about pregnancy, conception and birth is the greatest miracle on our earth. It is a joy that is incomparable to anything. Here is an example of interesting facts about women and the miracle of pregnancy. Every minute in the world, one woman dies during pregnancy or childbirth. About 15 million teenage girls become pregnant each year. The longest pregnancy was 375 days for Hunter's Bella of Los Angeles in 1945. In 2009 in California, Suleiman Nadi had 8 babies born at the same time. About 70% of pregnant women experience morning sickness. All pregnant women experience sensitivity to smells. Interesting facts about women mothers. Every year in May, Mother's Day is celebrated around the world. On this day, mothers and pregnant women are congratulated and given gifts. Motherhood is an amazing state, but even women themselves do not know some facts about it. The word mother in all languages sounds about the same. Russian, Chinese and Spanish children call their mother mother, English and German mom. And the secret is simple: the children themselves invented the word. One of the first syllables that the child pronounces ma, and he defined the name of the most important person in the life of each of us. A woman carries a baby for 9 months, he is born, the umbilical cord is cut, but the connection with his mother does not end there. During pregnancy, mother and baby exchange cells through the placenta, and these cells remain in the woman's body sometimes for a very long time. Pregnancy causes changes in the woman's brain. A child's successful personal life depends on how close a relationship he or she has had with the mother. Scientists believe that it is the mother who instills in the child the ability to love and feel, which helps him to build a happy relationship with the opposite sex. Mothers can sense if something is wrong with their child, even if the latter is already an established adult. Children know their mother's voice before they are born. Scientists have conducted a number of studies that have found that a baby in the womb responds to the voice of its mother and is completely unresponsive to other voices. Men and women and their differences. Men and women are like 2 different poles. They differ in habits, ways of life, and ways of thinking. Here are interesting facts about men and women and their differences. Men have a weaker sense of smell. If he loves strongly, he rarely utters words of love. Women are arranged differently. Men are very forgetful. Almost all members of the stronger sex hate going to the stores. If he speaks ill of women, he means only one of them. If the stronger sex gave birth to children, its representatives would die of painful shock. Men have a developed herd mentality, so they like to spend time in companies. Women are more individual. Almost all members of the stronger sex are polygamous. If cheating happens, the woman is looking for the best and the man is looking for a new one. Boys have a higher body temperature than girls. About 7 more boys are born than girls in the world, but they also have a higher mortality rate in infancy. The average life expectancy of men is about 4 years less than that of women. During the first 6 weeks of development, all embryos develop as girls, but starting at week 7, male embryos begin to produce androgens that stimulate the development of male genitalia. Men are several times more likely than ladies to abuse alcohol and drugs. There are 10 times as many male killers and twice as many male suicides as women. Interesting historical facts about women. Women have at all times played an important role in society. Often they caused discord or even started wars. With their help, important state issues were solved, but often they also became the organizers of conspiracies and coups. Here are some interesting facts about women in history. In 1140, during the siege of Weinsberg, King Conrad of the Roman Empire allowed women to leave the city and take with them everything they could carry. All the women carried their husbands on their frail shoulders. The most numerous mother in history was a Russian peasant woman, Vasilyeva Fedora, who gave birth to 69 children. She gave birth 27 times, with 16 twins, 7 triplets and 4 times 4 twins. The biggest baby was 76 centimeters tall and weighed 10 kilograms. He was born in Italy in 1955. The smallest baby was born in the United States in 2004, weighing 260 grams. In the pre-revolutionary years, there was a fashion for pale skin in our country. In the 15th century in foreign Europe there was a fashion for women with an S-shaped figure, high forehead, round face. To be fashionable and desirable, women shaved their forehead hair and shaved their eyebrows. For example, the Mona Lisa in Leonardo's painting was fully consistent with the beauty standards of the time. In ancient Rome, women had no personal names, only a generic name and a serial number if she was not the only daughter in the family. The daughter of the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire in the 17th century was married off at the age of 3, but a year later her father killed his son-in-law, so at the age of 4 she went down in history as the youngest widow. It is still the custom in Ireland for a woman to propose marriage to a man, but only on February 29th, and if he refuses, to pay her a fine. In Siberia, there was a terrible accident in winter that took the lives of many people. To save the life of her child, a 40-year-old man, his mother, 70 years old, walked 13 kilometers, carrying him on her shoulders, without stopping once. From the lives of women, no less interesting facts about the lives of women, here are some of them. If a woman in Hong Kong cheats on her husband, she can kill him, and she must do it with her bare hands. On hot sand or pebbles, the girl always treads only on her toes and the guy on his heels. More than 80% of girls never wash their faces with soap, considering it harmful. Many Japanese women sleep in bras because of modesty and considering it more comfortable. In Europe, women earn more than men. In Asian countries it is the opposite. To squeeze wet underwear with their hands, ladies grab it up with their palms. A lady eats about 2 kilograms of lipstick in a lifetime. Only 10 women in the world are heads of state. Women are multifaceted and amazing, of course. It is impossible to list all the facts that would characterize them. The article presents only the most interesting information, remembering which, any man will be a few steps ahead in understanding the way of thinking and actions of the lady.